Chief Omene, first, we want to congratulate you. An initiative that yourself and a few in Urhobo land has been pushing for a while, the creation of a state for the Urhobo people, tag Ethiope State. Yesterday, we saw a motion for second hearing being submitted to the House, to the National Assembly by the member representing Okwe, Saple, and the Federal Constituency, Honorable Benedict Etanabene, for the creation of this state called Ethiopia. We want to know, sir, as one of the spearheads, how would you react to this?
Well, I can, in fact, this is a very welcoming development. I can express how delighted I have been since that good news came to me. You know, it's like you've been working under pressure, and not just under pressure in terms of time, but in terms of opposition, even within, very strong opposition within. From Urhobos, that's what I mean, from within. We've been majority from the time of Midwest State to the semantic change of name to Bendel State, and from then up to the current Delta State. We've been majority, a majority that has no say. That's what we've been. And why don't we have a say, or why can't we implement or exact our position as a majority, you know, to have our way? Because we believe strongly on be your brother's keeper. Give everybody the sense of belonging, sense of responsibility towards another. But that we have been betrayed many, many times. Yet, certain persons still feel, oh yes, we can still continue in that stead. No. We are over 9 million human beings in Europe worldwide. Over 9 million, you know. And we have a very robust economy, you know. We're talking about all aspects of an economy that can really make us be independent. We have it. We're not even talking of oil and gas. That is a foregone conclusion because we produce the highest quota, you know, of oil and gas, yeah, as far as Delta State is concerned. Outside that, we have the most wonderful arable agricultural land, you know, in Nigeria. The seaports, the sand dredging, just name them. We have them in Urhobo land. So what do we really lack? We only lack the political will to push. And why do we like that political will to push for a state for ourselves? Because we are not that united. We can easily be bought over. We can easily be victims of divide and rule tactics, you know, that is being exhibited by subsequent governments. It's good news that at least our voice is now being heard. You know, put in a lot of efforts. Some of our people at the very beginning said, oh, it's dead on arrival. Can you imagine that? People making statements that it was dead on arrival. Some are even elected officers. You know, they said dead on arrival. By the end of the day now, they are now being convinced that, oh, so we can really get this done. And everyone is happy now. And they're putting, regularly, I don't want to call names, one of the members of the National Assembly. He's not been enthusiastic that we were able to get it to this level. So I want to tell you that I am quite pleased that it's happening the way it's going. But my greatest thanks and appreciation, my greatest appreciation goes to Right Honorable Etanabene Benedict, who has taken this thing patriotically, you know, with so much zeal to push this case to where it is now. Of course, there are helps too from one or two persons in the house, but this is exactly what I mean by patriotism, true patriotic spirit of an honorable person. Well, I still want to thank you, irrespective of the lapses initially in getting the House of Assembly members to sign. I still want to thank them because they've done what they ought to have done, though it was almost coming very, very late, but I still want to thank them. There are also people that we have to thank. I am, on behalf of the chairman of the State Creation Committee, Dr. Omene, thanking you for all that you have equally put in for to assist the committee. Yes, you people, President, I won't hesitate to say, well, you've done well, giving us, the committee, a platform to push this laudable program.
Now that this motion has been brought to the federal notice, just how confident are you that this agenda and state creation can be achieved?
Sincerely speaking, from my findings, my investigation, it's clear that over 80% of those that had earlier applied had never met the conditions set by the Constitution. And if you notice, during the second reading, before it was taken, the Speaker asked, he asked our dear honorable member representing us, he asked him, the sponsor of this bill, are you sure you have all your requests have met the minimum requirements of having the members of the House of Assembly to sign and other relevant members of the National Assembly to sign for you? Meaning, have you been able to get 2/3 of these people in the areas affected, cabinet out of Delta State? Have you been able to? And of course, he answered in affirmative. Why? Because we've crossed that a long time ago. So my investigation showed that the rest of the applicants wanting to have a state created for them have not even done that. They couldn't meet up that criteria. But we are the very first to have met that criteria, of obtaining all the signatures that are needed. 2/3 of them. So in some cases we got 100% signature. Like for example, the House of Assembly, we got 10/10. Sadly, and I say sadly, I don't know what their reasons are. 2 chairmen out of 8 refused to sign, and that's Ughelli South and Ughelli North. Most surprisingly, Ughelli South and Ughelli North. Why did you refuse to sign for your people, for Urhobos state to be created, or a state to be created for the Urhobo people? And you refuse to sign off on it. So all the same, with or without you, we're already there. Because we got 6 who made up more than 2/3 of the requirements. So the shame is yours anyway. There's no two way about it. And for the senators, we only have 1 senator who has equally signed for us. And then for House of Reps members, we have 2/3. And the third one was gone that she didn't want to sign, but she was away. She was away. She was not available at all, far away out of the country when the time frame was really heavy on us. So we got 2 to sign, and that's 2/3. So we have met all the requirements, some over. But for those who refuse to sign, I just want to tell you that you've messed up and it's not the best. It's not patriotic enough to deny your people what they actually would have loved to have. Suppose they said that it should have been 100%. These two gentlemen, I don't want to call them gentlemen, these two persons, unpatriotic Urhobo people, will have made us to lose even this opportunity of having it to be read on the floor of the House. First reading, second reading, they're committed to the committees on state creation and amendment of the Constitution. What would it have, they would have been comfortable? God forbid you. Thank you.